The most terrifying dragons aren't always the ones who move across the sky. Sometimes it's those with the ability to move underwater. And in the How to Train Your Dragon universe, we've observed that some of the largest, dangerous, and most unforgiving dragons are actually under the ocean. So today, we'll be checking out the 10 biggest Tidal-Class dragons in How to Train Your Dragon, from the smallest to the biggest. So grab your popcorn, ready your seatbelts, and let's dive in. Starting at number 10 on the list is the Shockjaw, the electricity-breathing dragon. With a jaw that shoots out electricity, the Shockjaw isn't a dragon you'd want to mess with, and you certainly don't want to be caught in a fight with this guy in the water. Just like the electromagnetic wave of electricity moving through a wire at near light speed, the Shockjaw moves at a very quick pace. No wonder it's considered one of the fastest Tidal-Class dragons in the How to Train Your Dragon universe. Whether it's across the skies or underwater, Shockjaw moves no different because its wings are used for both. Shockjaw, as the name may imply, possesses a fish-like body with a prominent jaw. It also possesses tendrils dangling from its chin and several specks on its back all the way down to the tail. The Shockjaw's electric attacks are balanced with its bioluminescent specks, tendrils, and eyes, making it the perfect 20 by 20 foot eel-like predator. At number 9, we have Sand Wraith. Now this dragon basically looks like a night fury possessing a cat-like body and a similar wing shape with spikes along its head. It was previously named the Sand Fury, although the name was changed in order to distinguish it from the Night Fury. But here's what's striking. The Sand Wraith's entire body follows it underground. Kind of what the name suggests, right? Anyway, it isn't specified how long they can stay underground. They're quite known to ambush prey under the seafloor. This is due to their massive lungs used for holding their breath for long periods. This dragon boasts a length of 30 feet, which is more than that of the Night Fury. Possessing a cat-like body no doubt helps with its maneuverability under the sand, but how it manages to bury all that body size and move through the sand unnoticed is spectacular. Now, while the Shockjaw might come off as the big boss of the Tidal-Class with its lightning jaw, it's not the only one in that category. For our number 8 pick, we have a dragon that doesn't just match Shockjaw, it's almost double it. Where Shockjaw has one head, the Sea Shocker comes with two. Twice the current, twice the problem, am I right? The body of a manta ray, the sonar of dolphins, the team smartness of orcas, the glow of deep sea creatures. And like having two heads is not enough, it also moves and hunts like orcas in a group. Just add the eel-like ability to shock anybody that touches it, and you'll get why they first called it Ocean Zap before they switched to Sea Shockers, which honestly sounds better. An attack on a Sea Shocker is like chewing exposed wires. The only difference is the Sea Shocker is alive and angry, so it's not the kind of thing you bite twice. So yeah, Shockjaw is the strike, but Sea Shockers are the full storm. Double the head, double the current, and with a length that goes up to 52 feet, they're not just in the ocean, they're the ocean's electric charge. Coming in at number 7, here's a dragon that doesn't even bother hiding what it does, because its name already gives it away. The Scaldron. Its main attack is as simple as it is terrifying, scooping water straight into its gullet, boiling it inside like a living pot, and firing it out at a range that leaves no safe spot for its victims. Apart from the blasts that melt skin and break bones, the Scaldron cooks up another agent, its venom, which strangely doubles as the only known antidote to the dragonflower, a plant whose pollen is deadly to dragons. Scaldrons are known hunters of other dragons, and are even listed as one of the biggest threats to smaller species, with Sea Shockers being right up there on that list. Though the Sea Shockers are the electric masters of the Tidal-Class, the Scaldrons shrug off their shocks with a natural tolerance, making them major predators to the twin-headed brute. As if boiling water wasn't lethal enough, their attacks come laced with venom, one that Hiccup himself confirms can kill humans within 24 hours. Which means that the scalding liquid or the burning gel doesn't finish you, the venom will crawl in slowly and painfully. That makes every blast from a Scaldron both instant death and slow death at the same time. Physically, they're beasts, built bulky and long, with a size of about 60 feet, and they fight like they know exactly what they're packing. To make the Scaldron your enemy is basically volunteering yourself as prey. At number 6 is one of the most difficult dragons to train, the Thunderdrum. A dragon that doesn't fight with teeth alone, but with sound. It attacks by releasing concussive sound waves, and at the same time wave-shaped flames. Looking at its attack, one might think noise is not threatening, but the sound from a Thunderdrum is no ordinary noise. The blast from its roar is strong enough to kill a man at close range, repel attacks from other dragons, and block out fire-based strikes. The power from its sound is so destructive that the dragon itself becomes almost deaf from living with it, so used to its own roar that it can't hear much else. The only thing known to cancel out the roar of a Thunderdrum is not magic or weapons, but the regulated roar from another Thunderdrum. It's believed that Thor himself blessed the dragon with its booming blast. Imagine the scale of a fully grown Thunderdrum, reported to be about 68 feet in length, with some even said to grow over 150 feet. A dragon with thunder in its lungs and destruction in its voice. For my number 5 pick, we'll be looking at the Submaripper, a species of dragons that possess the ability to create cataclysmic natural events such as tsunamis. Here's the jaw-dropping part. They do it by moving to breach the surface of large sea bodies. Yes, that dragon is big. More to that is its head is over half the size of its body, allowing it to create almost inescapable whirlpools with its mouth, dragging anything in proximity, from other dragons like the Scaldron to and especially Viking seafaring ships. The Submaripper is one of the few species of dragons that possess no self-generating attacks, and the truth is that with its size and physique, why would it? The Submaripper spits out pieces of ship and other things that it swallowed to attack its prey. Coming from the belly of a dragon with a length of 166 feet, we're talking about ship-destroying debris enough to tear a ship or dragons apart. On number 4, we have the Luminous crayfin. Not much is said about the dragon except that it's calm and nice. The Luminous crayfin literally goes out of its way to make friends with other dragons and local wildlife. How the dragon bloom and the Luminous crayfin works biologically hasn't been explicitly revealed, and we're still waiting for an explanation to this day. It wouldn't be totally wrong to assume this breed is able to do this by the power of love and friendship inherent in them. However, what has been explicitly stated is that this species of dragons can grow to be a Class 10 Leviathan, as high as 195 to 260 feet. At number 3, lurking deep beneath the waves, is the Shellfire. Think of a dragon that looks like a giant angry horseshoe crab. A flat, hard shell for armor, yet gliding through the ocean like it's padding in silk. It moves fast, pulls ships under, tows dragon hunter warships like they're just an afterthought, and nobody sees it coming until it's already wrecking the deck. It has a shell so tough, Viking ships used to mistake it for an actual island and bump right into it, only for the Shellfire to dive and take them under. R.I.P. sailors, gone in a blink. This dragon is not just armor and size. It fires flaming plasma-charged boulders like cannons, riding high arcs for more than a mile, hitting with bomb-like devastation, and shown to shake mountains and ignite volcanoes. But it doesn't end there. Along with the armor and ballistics is strength to move, not just with ease, but with great speed. This makes it fast enough to carry a warship strapped to its back along with a full crew of dragon hunters, and probably still think that's light work. When you step back, Shellfire is the ultimate myth come alive, having armor, artillery, size, and silent tide terror all rolled into one crustacean-looking behemoth. Shellfires are massive, growing as big as 332 feet. That's Titan wing size, one of the biggest dragons in the series. And at this size, it's not swimming among dragons, it's a tidal king among them. As we draw closer to our top pick, I'd love to hear your thoughts on the biggest tidal dragons in the How to Train Your Dragon franchise. Leave a comment with your favorite pick. At number 2, we have the Purple Death. And honestly, calling it a dragon almost feels wrong, because this thing is basically a living mountain with teeth. It slumbers under the ocean, shaking the ground when it moves, and when it finally wakes up, it's like the ocean floor itself decided to crawl out of bed. This is owing to its serpentine form, paired with its purple-colored coral-like armored plates. The Purple Death doesn't breathe fire like the average dragon either. This titan, with its bright yellow eyes, belches out columns of flame that melt steel and entire villages. The Purple Death doesn't fly around because, well, that'd be like seeing Everest moving through the sky. Yes, the Purple Death is that humongous. Of course, the writers could write it as a flight-enabled dragon, but with an estimated size of 400 feet, just like the Red Death. Now, coming in at number 1 is our top dog, or dragon in this case. This beast of a dragon is number 1 on our list, not just because of its size, but because of the abilities it puts on the table. I'm talking about the Bewilderbeast. One of the most prominent is its ability to breathe ice, and not just for combat, but as shelter too. Top that with its darker power of mind control, which it uses well against other dragons in the region. This is the dragon that whispers in the wings and every other dragon stops and obeys, no questions asked. As for physical attributes, this massive Tidal-Class Leviathan is covered in coral-like scales, and has large spikes on the back of its neck and a fin tail. A weird mix of beauty and terror. Teeth look small compared to its body size, but don't let that fool you, because their icy breath and mind control are enough. All this put together, and the Bewilderbeast isn't just number 1, it's king. Ice breather, mind controller, architect of frozen nests, silent alpha behind every dragon's choices, and at 647 feet long, you don't debate it, you just give it space. This isn't just a dragon, it's a moving mountain with tusks. Well, there you have it, folks. That's my list of the largest tidal dragons in the How to Train Your Dragon universe. But it doesn't stop there. Check out this other cool video that's appearing on your screen. Click on it to see. Go ahead, click it.